Hey, what's going on, family? It's your boy TP, and today I'm back with another episode. Today we're speaking with serial entrepreneur Beethoven, Palm Beach County legend, a Miami Beach legend. Beethoven is well known, well connected, and well respected in the entrepreneurial space, man. Serial entrepreneur, like I said. So it was important, and I got to sit down with him, and today he's gonna explain to us what it takes to start a podcast. Get it going, and how to get you some money doing podcasts, because 2023 it's all about content. So Beethoven, thanks for taking my invite to this.
So let's get it.
All right, I appreciate it,
And
man.
this man got questions too. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I came prepared, man. So
the level of stress I'm on right now.
yeah, I kept saying I wanted to do when I told Beethoven I wanted to do it, and his words was activate, my G. Just activate. So say less. I activated, man. So we already into a couple episodes, and I definitely had to get Beethoven. So Beethoven, tell us about yourself and what you do.
Man, that's a tricky question, man. I'm a servant. My ultimate responsibility is to bring value to people.
Okay.
And the way I move, when you use that word serial entrepreneur, ultimately I have vision. I'm inspired by dope shit, and I have resources that could activate it.
Okay.
So if it's me opening up a restaurant, if it's me developing marketing and branding campaigns, I just constantly want to bring value to people. That's ultimately who I am. I don't, I could call myself the lifestyle specialist. I could call myself, like, I focus on the culture and the brand. But I'm 19 years in the marketing business. I've been getting money for a long time. I've been losing money for a long time. I'm from the mud. I'm from dark places. I'm also the light of a lot of people's business.
Mm-hmm.
So had to adjust my lifestyle, understand what my value is to the world, and start making a move on that, man. So I hope that gives people the insight of who I am. I am the ownership of a lot of things, but my team really brings the most impact out of everything I do. So
Right.
that's it.
Beethoven really telling y'all he behind the scenes on a lot of stuff. He ain't gonna say it too much. He humble, but
that's the only thing I know, Tro. But I talk that shit when I have to.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Person.
So where'd you grow up? Tell the viewer where you grew up at, man.
So I was actually born and raised. I was born in Haiti. I was raised in Connecticut. I came to this country when I was 7, actually. Okay. A lot of people don't know that. So I came to this country because my father was already up here. My father sent for me to come up, me and my younger brother. And he basically wanted to raise his sons.
Okay.
He wanted he wanted to raise us. So that's ultimately what it is. But raised in Connecticut. I'm raised in the trenches. I'm raised in low middle class living. Our family had to figure it out. Then I had to control it and figure it out myself.
Right.
And it left me no option. I saw hardship. I saw parents working extra hard and not getting the results that they thought they were supposed to get or whatever. So I took things into my own hand and visited the streets, and wanted to understand what my outcome was going to be. I saw a lot of shiny things and I wanted those things. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to get it the other way, so I chose a way that I thought was going to be easier. Actually, it was harder, honestly. And I learned a lot from that process, man. So I grew up in Bridgeport, Connecticut, where everybody will take.
Right.
So that lifestyle is like, everybody for themselves,
mm-hmm.
gang culture, streets, drug dealing, hardship, man, just difficulty, no clarity. So I think in that moment, we just did everything we had to do to get what we had to get.
By. Yeah. So you basically lived on survival.
That's the craziest thing. So I just had a conversation with a friend of mine. That's all we know where I'm from.
Facts.
Like, we don't go get it.
Right.
And living in that survival mode, it actually creates so much more, and it creates anxiety out of this world
Mm-hmm.
because you always on go. You always, but then you start creating this fear that you think everybody's trying to get you. So it could even be authentic. Like it was to the
Right.
point I didn't even know if some relationship was authentic, and that's why authenticity is so important to me now
Correct.
because I didn't know what was authentic. I know what was real. You know, lucky I'm gifted, so I had a different intuition about a lot of things. I could see through a lot of stuff. You know, my shit is pure.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like I could see through a lot of things, but a lot of and growing up, we didn't know better. Survival, everything. Everything survival. How we get to it, how we do school, how we do dating, how we do
Yeah.
just survival, man.
I get it.
Everybody for their own, everybody, I don't know. It's different.
It's different. I
It's
I can
different.
relate. I understand everything you're saying. What's your biggest passion, Beethoven?
My biggest passion, I believe my biggest passion is bringing value. Like I love to see people win.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm addicted to winning. I'm addicted to building relationship with other winners. Like that shit does something for me, man. Like I love. Sorry, Troy, if you don't cuss in your
No,
show,
you good.
but
We authentic on this
in
show.
order for me to keep it real, I cuss a little bit.
Nah,
So
this show authentic. Do your thing. Vibe
so
out.
no, but you know, I believe for me, I love the motherfuckers that win.
Correct.
Like I love that winner mentality. I love niggas that just want to get with each other and build.
Correct.
Like, and it ain't even like no hate. So I'm passionate about people, man. I'm passionate about the motherfucker that get up every day with and create their own opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
create their own shot. Like imagine you put a bunch of passionate champions together. You're gonna win.
You're gonna win.
No matter what the process is, you might lose. You know, you might take a couple L's in that process, but ultimately you're gonna win
Right. Once you build the foundation.
when you build that foundation. So I'm passionate about people bringing value. I'm passionate about just excelling greatness, and it's so important for me, man. Just man, I'm passionate about winning. That's it.
Passionate about winning. I
I'm
get that.
passionate about that shit.
I get that. How big is accountability to you?
Oh man, accountability is everything. Accountability is so for me and anybody I ever been around with, they know my ultimate thing. Every action have consequences,
Facts.
and I'm one to own it. Accountability. If I fucked up, punch me in my face.
Right. Right.
You know, if whatever it is, all action have consequences. So if I made a decision to build this business, I'm gonna go all in.
Mm-hmm.
There's no what if or how or I don't even care. Whatever
Right.
it is, I'm gonna get to it. That's accountability for me. Um, Life, things I done wrong, things that, like it's all accountability. Like I love when somebody talk to me about what I did wrong. If I hurt them or whatever, I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna listen to it because sometimes I'm not. 98% of the time, I'm not doing things out of
Ill intent.
ill intent. Like I don't know. Like if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you now. Don't get
Right.
it twisted. But
Right.
if it comes to pure, like I really want everybody, like, and I might do things not thinking about it. And I talk. So I'm so free. I say what I want. Sometimes it don't always might not be the best thing for somebody that can't receive it how I'm delivering it.
Mm-hmm.
So the accountability of it for me for the past couple of years, I had to really understand my personality is not for everybody.
Correct.
The way I speak about things is not for everybody because people are dealing with their own things. So I just say what I want, but I'm okay with the accountability. Like I'm okay with the consequence that it brings to it. So that's something that I'm, still working on with. But accountability is important, man. It's everything.
Mm-hmm. It is. I agree with you. I heard you say something about you connected. You like to connect with the winners, and you big on relationships. How has relationships helped you in your life and in your business?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. I'm winning off contracts and relationships that I had 15, 20 years ago from that relationship. Like my iHeart Radio contract is from a relationship with somebody I used to spend money with years ago. That relationship is locked in for years off a relationship of just it's a relationship that we had years ago that we spent money. We used to do work with each other. And the level she's at right now, she's putting a lot of work in iHeart. And she reached out to me and said, I need your company to service my iHeart. And that's from a relationship. Everything, I promise you, 75% of my contracts and services, people I service all based on relationship. And I leverage relationship but I'm open to be used also.
Right. You
So
have
they
to be.
use me, I use them, so we built that relationship. But relationship is everything, man. I don't believe anybody could be successful in the capacity they need to be successful without valuing relationships.
Yeah, I believe in collabing without egos. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
being able to get in the room, and when you get in the room, your ego don't come in that room with you.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You
Facts.
come in there, you ready to meet with some new people, see how you can add value to this person's life or their business, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And just dive in deep into that. I haven't always specialized in that though. I'll be very transparent.
But there's another piece of that though, Troy. I think what we got to be okay with. I want you to come with some form of ego to know you the shit.
Oh yeah, most definitely in that regard.
Yeah, that regard. I'm not talking about when it comes down to how do we move and different things. Sometimes we got to put ego to the side and really focus on the ultimate goal. But male, especially for men, like I think we got to have some type of ego when we're working. If you don't think you the shit, you the truth,
it's gonna show.
It's gonna show. So I think we have to be okay with some form of ego and understanding what we bring to the table and our value. That doesn't mean you use it in a way where it's gonna hurt the process,
Right, or the brand.
or whatever. So coming in and being humble and being open, I could sit in a room with a bunch of people and I might know exactly what they're talking about, but my ego will, I'll keep it down because I'm letting them get their moment to speak on what they're talking on and bring their own ego to the table. But and that's a hard thing, especially for men, man. When men is grown, that's one of our hardest thing, man, when it comes to men.
Yeah.
Is understanding our ego, understanding where the pros and cons of the ego. So,
Yeah, most definitely. What challenges in your life have shaped you the most?
God damn, Troy.
Yeah, I'm coming with it today, Beethoven.
Oh shit, I didn't know you was going that far, that fast. I'm gonna ask you to repeat the question again so I can see if I can lie to myself, trick myself to not to answer it.
What challenge in your life has shaped you the most?
Oh man, so I guess I'm supposed to be honest, right?
Yeah, we want transparency.
So the biggest, I think a couple, but one of the biggest is my divorce.
Okay.
My divorce was my identity. So when we're building, we build off of identity, who we are, how we do things, what we do. Our identity is everything. So when you see I could cut. So when you see a nigga, when you see somebody moving in a certain way, 9 times out of 10, they don't know their identity. They don't know their purpose.
Correct.
They don't know what they have. So most guys are working through that. So me as a man, when I got divorced, that was a piece of my identity. So I felt like I have no purpose no more. So then now I'm for the streets.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have nothing to live for. I could do whatever I want, whenever I want.
No one to be accountable for it. No one gonna question me.
I have no consequences in that shit. Like it's me. And the thing is, I'm okay with all my consequences. So if it's whatever, I'm okay with it because I did it. So, but that identity that I lost within divorce is something I think that I really have to dig deep and build myself in a way back up where it's like, nah, my destiny is greater than this. My purpose is greater than this. But I had to have some type of foundation. If I didn't have a father figure that held me accountable, if I didn't have friends and family like that really was there for me to tell me, nah, nigga, you the truth. Like, don't stay down. Realize what it is. Understand there's adjustment that need to be made in that process.
Yeah.
If I didn't, because that was everything for me. I worked hard for everything to protect that. And once it happened, I didn't know how to move. I was lost. I was confused, man. I wanted to be for the streets. The streets wanted me. So when we met back, I was like, oh, it's on from here. Like it's up from here. But then it also gave me some clarity. I went to therapy. I went and I sat still. I disconnected from everybody. I moved down to Fort Lauderdale. I started working on myself. Like the men, when we start working on ourselves for ourselves, is different.
It's different.
See, I was working for my family. I wasn't even working for myself. So I was blind as fuck. I was so confused about life because that was my everything. So you gotta think about it. Most men, you fucked me up with this one. I don't know why I want to go this deep.
Go ahead, man.
So you gotta look at it. Most men, there's no true roadmap. There's no true map to
There's no
how to get
playbook.
to it. There's no playbook.
Mm-mm.
Luckily, like I said, I was blessed with a great father, so he gave me some form of foundation. He gave me some clarity on to protect and provide. He gave me a lot of clarity in that spring. But when you're also transitioning from the streets where you dating crazy, you moving around crazy, to then becoming you gotta look at it. I had a my ex-wife had a son. So I became a dad and a husband in 1 week.
Wow.
Like motherfuckers ain't thinking about that
Yeah.
shit. You don't even know how to be a dad or how to be a husband.
Right.
So now you're trying to figure out how to balance both of those. Meanwhile,
Overnight.
overnight. In an hour, like you literally gotta be a husband and a dad while you're dating somebody with a child.
Yeah.
And that have expectation for you and all these responsibilities and all these things. There's no true guidance. All I know is I grind, I work hard, I'm gonna figure it out, I'm gonna hustle, I'm gonna grind. But I didn't know some of the things that I needed to make to develop that. I didn't know these things, and there was nowhere I could get that information from.
Correct.
So that punch in the gut, did everything that I have today.
Gotcha.
Because I had to go back and look for me. Like I was so far gone, like nothing was about me.
And did therapy help you with that? I know you say you went to therapy. So
Therapy and loved ones, therapy and friends, therapy and like my friends challenged me also. I had some friends, we were trauma bonding, so we were just throwing shots at everything. And I had some friends that was telling me, yo, you gotta get yourself, you looking crazy right now. I have them
holding you accountable.
Holding me accountable at the highest level. I had business / friends that, mentors that was on my ass.
Right.
Like they wasn't gonna accept me going backwards. It wasn't even a comment. Like they were on me about everything that I was doing. How was I doing it? Getting up at a certain time. They want to see results at the end of the week. Like they didn't give me a chance to really drown.
Yeah.
And they gave, not only that, the crazy shit is they also gave me a life vest.
Right.
They were telling me what to do, but they also was giving me a hand. So that I started believing in that. But then, certain people that I was talking to me about my greatness, because now you got to build value back in yourself.
Right.
Because your lifeline is cut now. So you think you a failure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a prideful nigga. So it's like, now I'm thinking I ain't worth shit.
Correct.
So now you talking about, I remember somebody, I can't really go into detail with that part, but somebody told me, they're like, yo, so imagine losing everything but having to give value. So I'm losing my whole life, but my clients want me to give them value every day. Shit fucked me up.
Oh my God.
They calling me, asking me to create these campaigns, and then I'm looking at them motherfucker. Man, I'm just eating ramen noodles right now. I'm dark.
You don't even know where you at right now. I've been there.
Man, I was so confused about life, man. Yeah. I was just like,
That's like the worst shit. Like, cause it's so hard to overcome something like that, bro. Like, until you really go through it and experience.
You want to, because once again, it's part of your identity. So once you lose that, you have to find a way. But yeah, look at it. Everything is mental for me. Everything's connected back. So my responsibility is to bring you value, but I'm losing everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to
at
the same time. So I got to get up, and that person had to tell me like, yo, you're greater than what you are. You're greater than where you are. So I had to be like, fuck, I gotta think of things. Then COVID happened. Like now I'm over here running now. I'm getting back in order. I'm disconnecting. Now COVID happened. Oh gosh, now I'm really lost. I'm dating. I'm just all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to get in tune with myself.
Right.
Like I really had to lock in and deal with me. It was so crazy, man. I promise you, I didn't know what I like.
What you mean?
So you gotta think about it. I'm from entertainment. I'm from business. I'm all these things. I open up restaurants. I never knew what I like.
So
literally, so this person asked me, yo, what do you like to do? I'm like, everything I said equal to work.
Mm-hmm.
I went and bought a vinyl record and realized, I like vinyl records.
Wow.
I like listening to music.
This recently.
This is after the divorce, going through that whole shit. I didn't know that shit.
Okay.
So I'm like, I like going to brunch.
Mm-hmm.
I like experiencing quality hotels. I like living a certain way, but I didn't know that. I was just doing it.
Because you're so accustomed to that lifestyle just off the strength.
But I didn't know what I liked because it was just
realize it. Yeah.
So I started learning about just little things like taking time for myself. I was walking on the bridge on 84 on State Road 84 on Fort Lauderdale. Like, what was it, 84 17th Street Bridge? Like, I was just doing it every day, just working and working out, talking, work by building, just going through, because I did not know who I was. I didn't know what I like. I didn't know anything. So that all those things, going back to your question, is what punched me in my face, and it actually started everything started falling in place.
But in hearing you talk, we touched on relationships already, but just hearing you talk, your relationships help pick you back up and help
100%.
remold you.
They always go back to that.
Yeah.
Because I was able to also get contract. You got to look at it. So let me tell you, it was crazy. So I was in the process of real estate deals. I was in the process of closing other marketing stuff. That week, I closed everything. I was calling people that I had deals in and be like, yo, I can't even do the deal right now.
No.
Because I gave up on everything. I lost everything, so I gave up on everything.
Through the divorce, you lost everything.
I lost everything. So it was like, but my everything, like I said, was my family.
Yeah.
It wasn't even
everything.
So that's everything for me. So when I started losing that, my father would call me about them. Like, man, I don't care about that 20,000. Like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need this done. Beethoven. I'll call you back next month. Like, I'm telling. So I literally was just started saying no to everything. So I went to a super dark space, man. Like, it was so bad. That 3 month of divorce, City Boys was up 10 points. City Boys was up 10 points that week.
Yes, sir.
I went on savage mode, man. I didn't know, because it was dark though, man. Yeah. And because I needed to understand, but I also needed to understand. First, I had to understand what I lost, and then I had to understand what I want and where I want to go from there. All those things were connected, because I went on a rampage. I went on serial dating. I went on serial getting money. I went through so many places that I was so lost, man. And I didn't value myself, so I didn't value anything else around me.
Correct.
So I was like, man,
you was just living by the day.
I was about an hour, my G.
Wow.
Like, I'll go to an airport and just take a flight and go. I got to the airport, I didn't know where I was gonna go.
You just booking flights at the airport.
I'm at the airport. You gotta look at it. I'm living right down the street from Fort Lauderdale Airport at that point. I'm just going to the airport.
Damn.
I'm just booking a flight. Oh, I'm going to New York today.
Trying to find your peace.
I'm trying to find peace. Man, that shit, what you just, that finding peace is so important when you lost. But then not only that, I didn't even know what peace looked like. Bro. So a lot of motherfuckers be talking, I'm trying to find peace, but you don't even know what peace look like.
It's so hard. And even now, I've been married 5 years, and sometimes I still feel like I haven't found peace within myself.
So you'll never find peace with nothing else around you.
Yeah, I get what you were saying.
You gotta look at it. Which men is talking about this openly in our community?
None. I don't know too many.
Which men is telling you, yo, how you can't, you're constantly looking for peace, but you don't even know what peace look like.
Yeah.
So you literally searching for, you don't even know what you're searching for.
Know what you're looking for.
Dog, until I understood what peace was for me, until I understood how to go, how to create my own peace and know what felt good.
Right.
Like, I didn't know, like, people be like, yo, why you go to the movies by yourself? Like, I'm so peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm having a ball by myself.
Dolo.
I'm eating my popcorn shit all over my clothes. I'm watching, nigga, I'm drinking, I don't even drink soda. I'm drinking soda, eating popcorn. Ain't nobody gets, I'm at peace.
Right. You doing you.
I'm sitting still. I had to understand that I enjoy sitting still doing nothing. That's what I'm a thinking man. So my peace is from thinking and processing. But I'm running so fast. I'm hustling backward because I don't know what I'm searching for.
Right.
So most men can't get to the point of their success and their destiny because they don't even know what they're looking for.
I agree with that.
The motherfuckers just moving, just to move. Yeah,
just move. They're trying to provide. Just trying to put food on the table and keep the lights on.
You don't even know what you fighting for.
I agree. Wholeheartedly, bro.
So my divorce, when that happened to me, I had to readjust. I had to learn. I had to really understand my purpose, the value, and how I want to impact. What am I impacting for? I thought I knew all that shit.
Once you found all of that, though, you found your peace, you found your purpose, you found your impact.
It's an ongoing thing also.
You're still working on it. I agree with that. But once you started building, putting the bricks together piece by piece, one by one, and getting that foundation going, how has things been for you since?
It's still a work in progress, man. So I don't think I've maximized where I want to be,
Hmm.
where I want to go, but I'm constantly working on it
Correct. Every day.
every day. It's a nonstop thing. It's finding other things that make you. Us men are constantly looking for wholesomeness. Like I don't know if it's the proper word. I'm kind of ignorant
I
in that.
understand what you're
Like we're
saying.
we're constantly looking for that, and we don't know what that is.
Yeah.
We find that in other people, we find that in other things, we find that in toys, but it's being whole and one with yourself. So when I started becoming one and whole with myself, I started appreciating little things.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference. This is one of the biggest game motherfuckers gonna learn from me when I tell you right now. There's a difference between somebody that love you and somebody that care for you.
I know that difference.
That motherfucker hit different.
It hit way
So
different.
I've been loved several times, but this is different when you being cared for.
Mm-hmm. Somebody nurturing you.
Nurture, like
Nurturing your
looking at all
mental.
those things. And
Yeah.
and I had me and Safa, we had our interview and we started connecting. And so I was raised with my father, my stepmother. My stepmother was good to me. But there's a difference between that mother biological love and care.
Mm-hmm.
So my mother was doing that through the phone or when I traveled to go see her. So most guys like us, how women, a lot of, not every woman, but a lot of women deal with fatherless,
Yes.
daddy issues, they say.
Yes.
There's guys that deal with mommy issues.
Correct.
So I didn't know I was dealing with mommy issues. Like I didn't know my attraction to certain women because how they care for me, how they really want to nurture me, and because I didn't know that all that shit was missing.
Yeah.
But I learned that shit living. I learned that shit through dealing with myself.
Yep.
So the more, the secret, a lot of this shit is, and I'm speaking to men especially, man. We have to learn how to work with ourselves and deal with ourselves before we build on anything.
That's a gem in itself. And nobody will take nothing else from today's episode. Like, that's definitely something.
I could not see my flaws until I started looking at myself.
Wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I was so fucked up. You gotta look at it. Once again, I'm a street dude.
Yeah.
Mentality wise. Like I hustle, I grind, I fight. The street culture is so much because they teach you how to market, it teach you how to work, grind. There's no time. You gotta look at it. When I remember in the streets, dudes were doing 6 o'clock shifts, 5 a.m. shifts.
Damn.
Like you gotta look at it. My block that I'm from, dudes had working hours. Like they went to work. Some people did night shift to watch. Man, I had one of my homeboys I went to school with. He had the late night shift on his block where he was the watch out man. He was getting paid $1,000 every week to watch. So he got to be at school at 7 in the morning, but he's an hour, I think it's between 12 to 5 to watch out. So he comes to school, he's sleeping, but that stack every week was helping his family eat. So that's working a night shift at a job.
Right. As a kid.
So that mentality, that street culture, all those things that I was learning in the process of living. When I got punched in the face on my divorce, I had to go back and study, understand what the purpose of all that was.
Damn, that was deep.
Like it's so many things in that process, man, that I had to learn, but I had to work on me.
Yeah. Overall, it was this.
The more I worked on me, the better I became as an entrepreneur, the better I became as like everything. I became a better
partner,
person.
investor.
Everything.
Yeah.
The more I worked on myself, the better I got. Like you can't, let me tell you, whatever camera, you cannot pass working on yourself.
Correct.
There is no, that shit ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
And most people don't realize the hurdles that they're going through is because they didn't put enough work on themselves.
From the beginning. They
Like,
gave up. They gave up right before they struck gold. They've been digging and digging and digging, and they got a couple more shovels in left.
But not only that, you don't even know what you're digging for.
But some people do. But some people just can't. Some people don't want to go through the process.
That process is different.
You got to go through the process.
You can't get a green ticket, a skip. Like you know Uno card you can skip.
Right.
You don't get a skip card on life.
No, you don't.
That motherfucker gonna meet you at whatever level you are, whatever level you skip in life is gonna meet you in that motherfucking level that you didn't think it was gonna meet you in.
And that's something that you always speak about on your platforms. You're very big on trust the process.
Have to.
Because you can't cheat life. You got to go through the process, the ups and downs. Like I even just coming in here today and seeing the new layout of your space, right? I saw the process.
Shit hard.
You know what I'm saying? So just seeing your process seeing to where it's at now is like, bro ain't cut no corners.
I can't.
You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of folks try to do. People try to be out and they wanna look good and look the part, but they ain't putting the
Man,
reps
we
in
have
behind the
so
scenes.
many. We're working on so many behind the scene things like what Matt was just talking about. We're creating a whole new hardwiring process for the cameras that we're gonna build when we open up more location.
Mm,
Like that shit is not companies are not putting in that. I say they're not, but where I'm from, the people I dealt with, they're not putting in that much work
right, right.
on the whole thing. But my whole team is dedicated for greatness.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at how we work and how we do things. We don't even look at second place. We don't look at what's might be like. We're only going for the best. We're only creating formulas for success. We're constantly building. Like we're never satisfied.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that mentality is all. It's the whole company's culture.
That changes the game because if you never satisfied, you're gonna continue reaching new heights, new levels, and building more relationships.
100%, and it's in real time that is happening. We're not even talking about. We do this every day. We're constantly working. Like even we're traveling tomorrow, right? We're traveling up north to film tomorrow, and even bags. What's the best travel bags we have? Like what bag are we? I'm gonna buy 7 bags to see what 2 work.
Mm,
So now these are the bags we're gonna commit to.
right.
See, when you're in the level of building something new, like I don't have a McDonald's radio for podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all off. Like we building this whole thing. We don't have nothing that we're able to. We got something that we could study from other people, but our process, our era, like our ups and downs, we're
Your
building a
systems.
scalable. Our system is we're building a scalable system. So that same bag that work, we're buying that same bag for all our locations.
Fire. That's fire.
That's a real thing.
yeah.
Could we skip that process?
No.
No, like
No.
So yeah, damn Troy, you got me really going hard now.
Oh yeah, man. So, I know you personally, and
That's why I should have never did this interview.
and we talk a lot, and I bullshit you not. Like every conversation, you've done it here, and I haven't even mentioned this individual. You always mention your dad. Like you always speak so highly of your pops.
Shit, everything.
What influence did pops have on you, man? Because I can tell that even now you're a grown ass man. Your daddy still got a hold on you.
Everything.
And he's in like his ways, his thought process, how he provided for your mom and y'all is embedded in you.
So my father, that shit gives me chills. Like my father he's my hero.
Mm.
He's who I want to be like.
Okay.
And it's not even about my father don't have a lot of things, but one thing he got is that principle. My father's so serious about his shit. He don't play about his family. Let me tell you, I was trying to buy a property from my my family. So I was trying to buy a property from my father. That man told me, hurry up, do what you gotta do because my wife needs her money. I'm like, what? I thought I was part of his family. He
Right.
don't care.
He don't care.
His principles, how he moves, how he takes care of people. Like where his kids is his priority. Like his principles are so different, and his value system. Like you're not gonna try him,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not gonna try you.
Right.
And if he's wrong, he's gonna admit it in a way, his way. But he's gonna know what he needs to do, and he's gonna adjust. My father's still working on himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
He constantly want to become better. He constantly, his principles of his family is so genuine, so important to him. Like I remember when growing up, see, I saw my father be a great man.
Mm.
I didn't like read about the shit, or I didn't hear. Like I saw him. My father bought a pickup truck, right? That pickup truck was his pride and joy. Not even for him, because he was able to help so many people. So when somebody needs something to move, my father jumping on it. I got you. Somebody in the church needed a ride. He put in everybody. Like I remember, I was a troubled kid, so I went to summer school a lot. Like I was a professional summer school student. But my father was so disappointed on me on that, but he then found joy in it, where he was able to bring all the kids I was going to summer school in my neighborhood. They jumped in the back of the truck and was driving everybody to summer school.
That's dope.
So it was like that tool for him. I've watched him take things and made them into tools and for the better.
Yeah.
I do the same thing in my businesses.
Mm-hmm.
I build tools to bring value to make people better.
I believe. I see it. I see it firsthand.
That's just what I do. So I get that from my hero. I get that from my father.
Yo,
Like I literally watched my father do great things. Like I literally saw him like in the in our church growing up, like I watched my stepmother care for like the priest, the pastor, like she really did things for him. My father had to allow his wife and step back and let her care for another man a certain way. And I'm watching that shit. You know, my family, their spiritual beliefs, the church, how they service in the church, like they dead serious about that shit.
Right.
So I had to learn like that shit take a different man,
It does.
like to do all this thing. But he's don't get it twisted now. He ready.
Yeah.
But he's
most definitely.
He's staying out the way. He's and he believe in me. Like I mean, I used to always think there was a couple of people in my life that I always wanted to prove to, and he was one of them. And he'll it's crazy. I don't know how to explain this shit. I don't got the right words to explain the importance of a father showing their kids how to be great.
He was hands
My
on.
father was hands on and never told me to be great. It's what we do.
But through discipline and through corrective measures and just
everything,
you know, everything is guiding you through.
Everything
the whole
is guiding
process.
through it, and he was there for me. Like I'm telling you, I remember when I was building Coffee Hub, he was one of the people that he didn't have a lot, but he said, "Use my credit."
Relationships.
Like he was like, "Yo, use my credit. Like, go get the credit card, do whatever you gotta do, finish this thing out." And but one thing about my father though, like it's funny. Like I cannot just give my father the credit without giving my stepmother and my mother the credit, because I realized my stepmother really runs everything. My father looks like he run everything, but really my stepmother was the glue to this whole thing, because she let him do whatever he want. Like I never even really seen my stepmother check my father, but I know she checked my father.
Right, most definitely.
She did things so, and she's so soft. She's so genuine about her shit. Like she give him that look, like,
and he knew what it was.
He knew what it was, but his ego. You think he really running things around here, but that man ain't running nothing. She really runs the whole thing.
That's how a lot of us is behind
closed
doors.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna say it out loud, but
Troy, I'm a savage, so I don't know about that. But
Boy,
but 100%. I think she giving her credit in that whole thing. But ultimately, when you talk about my father is definitely my hero. He's someone that instilled in me principles, morals, value. Like it hurt him when I was gone, when I was lost in these streets. Like I could tell, but he's not even gonna speak with me about it. He
trusts somebody you gonna get on your feet, and he
got to get on my feet, and he had to come bail me out. Wasn't sweet for him. I mean, that's the worst thing to get bailed out by a father that care. That man taught me. He made me never want to get in trouble again.
Right.
That man taught me to death, man. Like, it was so much, and it was a disappointment of the things that I knew.
Know you fought.
Like I said, I always wanted to prove greatness to my father, because he moved in that capacity.
Right. So I know we spoke. You said you were dealing with real estate or whatever. Are you still investing in real estate?
So I have something I'm working in right now on a bigger deal, and what I'm doing with this. So yes, but not personally me in an everyday thing.
Okay.
I'm putting the right people together right now that I'm part of the deal, because I'm ultimately focused on building Podcast Space Plus. But I've been getting deals that's like so sweet that I can't even just not look at it.
Right.
So, so yes, I'm invested in real estate, but I'm doing it from a distance now. I'm just putting people together in the right time and come. But my ultimate dream is to be a real estate developer.
Okay.
At the end of the day, like,
that's dope.
My ultimate dream is to be a real estate developer.
Why a developer?
Because I believe I know what our communities need.
And what is that?
Our community need not just the house; they need the lifestyle and the culture around everything. So our homes need the proper schooling around it, need a proper restaurant and lifestyle around it, need the proper activities around it. We need a proper infrastructure while we're building communities. Mm-hmm. So a lot of developers are coming to build in a community like Riviera Beach, but they're not thinking about the minds, the people of Riviera Beach.
Right.
They're thinking of the buildings, but with the building, you got the same niggas that's going to be selling dope right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, how do I build people while I'm building communities?
Right. Right.
So ultimately, for me, my development is coming in and building that facility that's a space for entrepreneurs, what we call incubators now. But I'm actually building entrepreneurs within the community to then buy the commercial strip to build restaurants, lifestyle, and culture on that strip that our people are going to use, and take the same people that's in that community, give them the machine to actually activate and become successful.
Dope.
So I'm creating an ecosystem with my real estate development. I want to educate students, not particularly give them a certain type of school these work, but I want to teach them how to become. So the schools that I want to develop, I want to make sure that by the time they graduate high school, they all have an LLC, all have a business,
Dope.
and they're
Dope.
actually activating their business right now. So let's say 300 people graduate, that's 300 entrepreneurs graduating.
Right here in Riviera Beach.
Imagine putting 300 entrepreneurs in the community.
Yeah.
You change the whole community.
Oh yeah. You changed the whole infrastructure.
So now my development is not just focusing on the buildings. The buildings are part of it. I want us to have the best countertops. I want to have if you can't tell a bunch of motherfuckers to want greatness and never seen what greatness look like.
Bro, I just had a conversation with somebody about that. I know people who ain't never left Riviera Beach, bro.
They never seen it. So how you expect them to want a certain type of grass, a certain type? They never even seen what that look like. So once I build the infrastructure for that, people will understand. If I'm training your kids that want greatness and fly shit, and they see things being moved a certain way, they're gonna want to do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if your cousin on dope, your mama stripper, your father just got going to prison, like you see this dark shit every day, you only gonna produce darkness.
That's it. You again, it goes back to living on survival.
So my development my ultimate thing to be a developer is to develop not just the building. I want to develop community. I want to develop lifestyle. I want to develop so many things. Damn, Troy, you got me good.
So I know when you did start your investing in real estate, you took your talents out of the state. You was looking in different areas, Atlanta and so forth. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I just want to know why. What made you go to Atlanta?
I have more resources. I have more access. I have more relationships.
So the relationships
and the numbers made better sense.
Especially at that time.
Yeah.
Now the market up there is almost $500,000 for a single
crazy.
family.
I was there last week, man, and it was rent 3,000 in places that was 700. I remember I had when I lived in Atlanta, I had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, $700. That same area, they knock all those buildings out. Rent starting at 3,500.
Bro, we was
Same
area. We was just out there seeing some townhomes being built in the middle of the hood. The liquor store right here.
Absolutely.
And they were starting off at, I think they said 800,000. I'm like, how they doing that?
People in Atlanta are creating their own illusion.
Oh my God.
And I think that's real estate. I think whatever we put value in, we do. Think about Northwood was a dope hole.
Oh, but Northwood, $1 million. Yeah.
Right. So you could create whatever illusion you want. So the reason I moved I started investing and doing things in Atlanta is because I had more access, I had more resources. I didn't have to really be as hands-on. I just had to put money in. But I literally saw properties for 120 selling for 450.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And they're putting another 100 in, they're doubling it. The aggressive Atlanta real estate is creepy. That's how some of it was so good that it was on no way.
Right.
It can't be this sweet. But it's sweet. The belt line, what they're doing over there. I don't know, man. Like I said, I took my talent up to other places because the accessibility was easier and I didn't have to be as hands-on. I'm just going over to look at things.
So you wasn't even really looking at numbers. I mean, you look at numbers for the most part, but you was just pretty much approving the deal or disapproving it and then funding
100% funding it and having other partners that funded. Then I had peoples out there that was activating everything.
Okay.
They were just running through it.
So you still had equity, even though you wasn't boots on the ground 100%, personally.
But I lost a lot in Atlanta because of.
I didn't know that.
I lost a lot in Atlanta. Once again, so I constantly lose when I don't have the proper foundation.
Building it from the ground up with your foundation and your systems to scale it.
Let me tell you, my reason I'm not worth $50 billion because I wasn't ready to make $50 billion.
Oh. And when you say you wasn't ready, what do you mean by that?
I didn't have everything ready. My mindset wasn't there.
Mm.
I wasn't equipped with the tools and the resources that I needed to even understand what I was doing.
Mm.
Let me tell you, I'm so thorough at shit right now, man. The moment I commit, I activate, and the most important thing, I trust. Stop fucking playing with
It's
me. Man.
up.
If I say I'm gonna make 60,000 this week, I'm gonna make 60,000 this week.
Yeah.
I just gotta lock in. But what happened is I get so cloudy because there's so much thing. Like, then I'm so nervous to make another bad decision because I've fucked up so many times. So I'm just like, that's the only thing that stopped me is when I get nervous.
Right.
But I do it while I'm scared though.
You gotta do it while you're scared. You gotta
So
do it
I'm
scared.
also like, even building this podcast shit, I don't really know, but I really know.
Yeah.
But I don't really know what we're gonna do. But I believe, my team believe, like, it's everybody's counting on each other in this house.
Mm-hmm.
So we move differently. But do I really know we're gonna be worth $20 billion? I don't know, but I'm gonna work like we are.
Correct.
I'm locked in. You know what? The craziest thing I saw this week was see that Gillian Wallow signed $100 million contract on podcast.
Bro, I got that in here. We're gonna get on that.
Yeah, I'll skip that.
We're gonna get on that.
So I think ultimately, the last question you asked me was, I want to make sure I clarify it. What was it?
I was what?
Since my boy got his notes. Let me hear.
I said we were speaking about you investing in other states, and you were just pretty much talking about how
being prepared. I think
you wasn't prepared, so
I
you
think
lost
being
a lot.
prepared. I think being prepared for what you want is it's definitely more important than when you get there.
Absolutely. Preparation.
I had to be prepared, and I also had to prepare my mind to know what I want, how I want to get there, and then lock in, trust, go.
Correct.
So
and it's all about, taking advantage of the opportunities, man. And that's what I spoke about to you this morning. I'm like, man, you got to take advantage. I got to take advantage of every opportunity.
Absolutely.
And
you got it, man. So one thing I learned about you, man, talk about you while we're talking. You got the juice, period. The moment you lock in with other winners, you're never going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to get away from, let me tell you, my coach this morning. So a coach picked me to coach me that I pay for.
Crazy.
Whatever.
But everybody need a coach.
Everybody need a coach. So my coach told me this morning, she was like, don't use the word poor no more. Don't use the word I don't have no more. She said, there's certain words don't even use in your vocabulary. She's like, we don't even talk like that.
Wow.
Once you lock in that environment, so you got to look at it. If you're around 9 broke people, you're the 10th broke person.
Absolutely.
So if you're around 9 people talking about negative thing, down thing, what I can't have, what I can't do, that's your lifestyle now.
Yeah.
See, everybody I'm around talk about getting to the motherfucking bag.
Uh-huh.
I don't even talk to people that talk about what they can't do. My people, my circle that I'm around are crazy to believe they could open up 100 locations. They could fly so hard. So imagine you try to reach 100 and you reach 50.
You still won. So
for you, because I know you got greatness in you. I know you're a believer. I know you're strong in your mental. You're activating. Love it. That's important for me to see. Get around 10 more winners. You're going to be the 11th winner. And don't even be intimidated by the motherfuckers that's winning. I'm the poorest one in my crew. Like, man, you got to look at it. I'm talking to people that's talking about, we just put $50 million on this deal. We're going to do this. And I'm just sitting there like,
God damn. Well, I'm gonna even see 50 million. How you
that?
got $50 million?
But they activate so crazy. So once you around, you a champion.
Yeah, most definitely.
When you around winners, you're gonna keep on winning.
Yeah, one thing about it, winners win, bro.
Winners. You can't, and the thing is, one thing about winners also, we take L's.
Always.
So
it's part of the process, dog.
It's part of the
process. You gotta
process.
go through some shit to get to some shit.
Man, listen, you won't know what good is until you taste bad.
For real, bro.
So what I'm telling you, with your greatness and what you're doing right now, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you.
Appreciate it.
With that, only fuck with winners.
From this day forward.
Don't even play with. If a man talking about what they can't do, let me tell you, exit left.
Yeah. Yeah.
The moment somebody starts telling you what they can't do, you don't even finish that conversation.
You cleared.
You got to, because the thing is, they create that synergy, that energy around you That can't do, like, it's to the point. Me and my people's talked this morning. So we have a couple of men that we talk in the morning. I don't recommend anybody to be in that call because it's so vicious. You got to be built to be prepared for that. We have this thing right now. We're not even sharing hope. We don't want no hope conversation in our call. And we don't hope around here. We go get it.
Most definitely.
We like so that. Locked into, man, hopefully, we get this. Hopefully
we going to go get it.
And we create everything we own. We don't hope for shit. That hope mentality is for broke niggas.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm on the show.
No, we're good. We talking. We keeping it real, man.
No, but I think for me, like, that mentality, because I know it's in you. I know you're already doing it. Don't get it twisted at all. But I know the next level for you is activating with more winners because you're a champion.
Yeah.
So you got to keep them fucking with niggas that's like, they move differently. Mm-hmm. Not that duck shit that be around here. Motherfuckers moving like they fake love, all that crap.
You know, I know.
Man, there is that fake love is at its all-time high.
All-time high in Palm Beach.
Man, boy. Run.
Yeah.
But when you going to realize how solid somebody is when they activate.
Yeah.
What happened? We activated.
Facts. Off one conversation at Starbucks on Clematis.
Man, I ain't got to talk, man. If I have it, you should not need it.
Yeah.
Think about that shit.
Yeah.
I have it. You're needing it. It's something different. How we get to it, we got to build that. But, hey, activate, my G. Mm-hmm. That's what our community need. If we have more motherfuckers that was activating with each other and really bringing value to each other, we can't lose.
At all.
And there ain't no color to this shit either. A lot of people that that corny shit, the black community, all that. Man, you guys are lying to each other, community. All that fake love that y'all on is bullshit.
Yeah.
Activate with people. When somebody's authentic, they real. You can feel their energy. They solid. They really gonna do what they gonna do. That's who you fuck with, man. Because I'm telling you, because my friends is mixed. I have white, black, purple. We have no color among winning. And winning don't got no motherfucking color, dog.
No, not at all. I agree with you a whole 100%.
You just got to find that right group of people. I'm going back to stop talking to you about this shit because I forgot I'm in your show. But I think for me, it's just like,
I can always take me a mentor session.
But I think for me, like, when we talk, man, and that's all I always instill in you, man, is fuck with winners, man. Lock in. Trust God. Trust the process, man. The rest is, you got back to your show. Sorry.
Yeah, So for those viewers tuning in, we with Beethoven, serial entrepreneur, real live hustler. If you haven't,
on God,
if you haven't seen his podcast, he does have his own podcast that we'll get into. But you definitely want to check out A Hustler's Testimony on YouTube.
Oh, you got 3-4 sheets of?
Oh, yeah, I got like 4 sheets, bro. We going in.
Oh my God.
See, I can't prepare for today's session. So you open up a restaurant right here in the beautiful city of Riviera Beach called Cafe Hub. The greatest. Cafe Hub was the shit. I was at Cafe Hub.
Oh, that's how you and your boo. I remember the private dates.
Edit. Cut.
I remember the private dates, man.
Listen.
I see you guys.
Yo, we married now.
You married now.
But yeah, Cafe Hub was like a staple, bro. I mean, especially that panini, that jerk chicken panini with the kettle chips.
Culture.
Oh my God.
So for
what brought that idea about?
Oh shit, damn, Troy. I guess I gotta speak the truth on that too.
Yes,
so I think Cafe Hub for me was never about food.
Okay.
Our slogan is the culture of bringing people together. So Cafe Hub for me was, how do I get? Because my office was on Singer Island. Mm-hmm. My heart was in the West Side, both sides. It really was. I'm telling you, I was the first Black ever elected to be part of SICA, Singer Island Civic Association.
Wow.
Check the data. Real facts. Nobody knew that, though.
I ain't know that.
Of course. So then, I'm filming. I'm doing work with Parks and Rec in the West Side. But I'm also dealing with the people. When I first moved down here, I was outside in Riviera Beach.
Right.
So it's like, all that was connected. So I knew I wanted great for my community again because I was hanging out with guys like Mike Slozier on Singer Island and all these other people. And I started a magazine called Taste of Singer Island. So I was learning all this thing about Singer Island, but I also had Good News Riviera Beach. I also was in the trenches dealing with, I remember when we filmed Ashley from Smoothie King. Sorry. I apologize, Ashley. Smoothie Me.
Smoothie Me Please.
Smoothie Me Please. I apologize. Please, I know. And she was working in the school system. She was working in the school, and we did. I had the film crew. We filmed her working with the girls and the impact that she was doing. A lot of people, man, and I was learning both sides of the community. And I was like, yo, how could I build something? Of course, I'm crazy. I believe I'm responsible for everything.
Mm-hmm.
How could I build a cafe on 20th and Broadway? And
the middle of the hood.
The middle. So it was 4,800 square feet. The people around me, my ex-wife and they believed that I could do it. Once again, that battery pack, once the motherfucker believe in you,
it's on go.
It's on go. And she gave me all the resources and support that I need for it. Everything around me, man, the people, they gave me the belief that I could do it. So I went all in. A lot of people started with us, quit. I went through so much frustration because I want to clear this shit up right away. Motherfuckers come and tell me like, yo, the city helped you out so much. Motherfucker City of Revere Beach did not give me shit. Okay. Fraud. CRA did not give me shit. Fraud. That's why I'd be so frustrated about that fake love shit. We're like, oh, us black people, we're going to hold each other down. Bullshit.
Fake news.
Fake news. The city didn't help me. The CRA didn't help me. People did, though.
Okay.
So I got Safel helped me. He gave me his light. Like, motherfuckers, man, it was so pure. My homeboys, Jason, like, Wayne, Tara, like people, the community stepped up for me when I was drowning. Relationships came back to hold me down. My ex-wife sacrificed. Everybody was sacrificing around me to make it happen. So I had to put everything all in.
Yeah.
Got it complete. But ultimately, when we build that, was ultimately to bring people together, to build that culture. I wanted so much for that, man. I wanted to build ecosystems that could help build businesses, bring a certain quality of lifestyle. When somebody had meetings that utilize our space, I poured my whole life into that place, man, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for Coffee Hub. It was way bigger than me. I built a 4,800 square feet. I already fucked up from putting over $350,000 cash into a building that I didn't own.
Right. So that's what you. I
didn't even know that. Once again, who am I going to? Let's say black community, because we love that corny shit, right? And I'm saying it's corny because I want us to think bigger now. I go into my community. Who could I speak with about building a 4,800 square foot cafe on 20th and Broadway?
I mean, I would say you should be able to speak to the CRA and the city official.
Bullshit. That motherfucker was the first nigga that. Sorry. Damn, Troy. That dude was the first one that was telling me everything I can't do.
The CRA?
Absolutely. I don't have the credit. I don't have this. So we're putting in $100,000 in the bank, like flipping money. I'm earning all the money, putting it back in to build this space out. And that man told me I can't because I don't have the credit. Now I'm in the ocean. My whole family in the line. I put everything in the line.
Right.
All they could do is tell me what they can't do. So imagine that. I'm sitting across the street from the CRA. They looking at me. Don't forget, right? See, that's why I be saying this shit is corny. It should be so much fraud in our communities. I am a young black man that's invested everything into building something for the community. Now, CRA and community partnerships was supposed to happen, right?
Correct. One would assume.
I don't have the credit, but I already put everything I have into it. But you want me to leverage things that I don't have.
Right.
So, fraud. Stop coming around these communities talking about you about to help. I'm a black man, so I could go sell dope in these streets or I could sell coffee in these streets.
You chose the coffee route.
And you still not helping me.
Damn.
Because I don't have the credit. Because I don't have this. I don't have this and that. All these things. But I'm dedicated.
Yeah.
I'm committed. I'm here every day.
And that showed.
Man, I'm painting, I'm scraping. Man, it's so fucking, that's what I'm saying. Don't get it, our people stepped up. So Wayne probably would be so mad at me telling this story, but I remember I pull up I had a check that was coming for like $5,000, $10,000. I can't remember what it was from a client. I went and picked it up. I'm drowning. I'm waiting for sheetrock. I didn't have no money. I ran out of money. I go back to the streets now and go get some money, but I could lose everything. So let me lock in. Let me stay prayed up. Let me keep on working. Wayne reached. I pull up to the gas station. Wayne's right there. He's like, "Yo, what's going on? Why you ain't finished building the cafe? What's going on?" I was like, "Shit, man, I don't even got sheetrock right now. I'm trying to get some money up." He was like, "Meet me tomorrow. I'm gonna go buy you sheetrock."
Damn.
That's what I'm saying, man. This community, the people are different. That political bullshit be fraud, man. Y'all motherfuckers ain't doing nothing. And I'm a living testimony. I can talk about this shit because
Right.
I do it.
Yeah.
I really do this shit.
For real, for real.
That man said, "Come meet me." So I'm thinking Wayne's gonna buy the sheetrock and be gone. That man went in there try to help me hang sheetrock. Wayne Richards. Sorry, Wayne. I tell him the truth.
I knew his live now. I wasn't gonna say it,
But
but you can
I'm
say
saying,
it.
but I think all that's authentic.
Yeah,
That's
it is
real for
it
me.
is. Give him his flowers.
Then he gave me all the other resources to keep it going. Then he stepped up. Then Safo set up. Sorry, like so many people stepped up for me. That's why it's so. The people held me down to finish Cafe Hub.
That's what's up, bro.
My family held me down to open up Cafe Hub. That city and all that corny fake ass fraud they doing around here, like, oh, everybody's gonna help you and we're creating these funds to help. Man, fuck out of here. You don't help niggas like me that need help.
So how can we as a community help the next Beethoven?
You got to believe and really show support with resources and tools. You got to bring the tools to somebody like me, actually help, be there. I needed sheetrock. The man went and bought me sheetrock and was there to help me hang it.
That's love.
Come on, man.
That's love.
We didn't go to a CRA meeting and get denied.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, our community need us.
Yeah.
The moment we lock in and support us, we finish the race.
Yeah, so.
That's why I'm like, it's hard for me to play with political crap. Like, all this, like, we so, like, it's so corny, man. Like, we sit here like, oh, how much we love each other and award this and award. You motherfuckers giving out awards but ain't willing to help.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Before you give me an award, buy 10 properties from me. Stop playing with me.
Correct. Let me put some people into position. I got you.
It's hard for me to believe some of the shit that niggas is talking about because I really went through this shit. This wasn't for me to, like, it's not a make-believe story. This is a real thing. I needed help. The resources that we pay for that we believe we have in our community did not help me. The people help. So if more people would help out, that's why for me, when somebody come to me and say they need help, I activate because I owe that to Wayne and them. I owe that to Ezra when he stepped up for me. I owe that because I'm responsible to help the next person.
Absolutely.
So I take that shit as for real for me.
Yeah.
When we start believing in ourselves and supporting each other and holding each other down and holding each other accountable.
Most definitely.
Because they're not going to help me if they didn't thought I was going to finish the race.
Right.
They held me accountable. They're still pressure to this day.
Mm-hmm.
They expect more from me. And I think I don't know. I'm about to edit this whole thing, but I don't give a fuck because I can't get fired.
So what happened with Cafe Hub?
It was too much. I wasn't ready.
It wasn't ready.
I definitely wasn't ready. So, and then once again, I was trying to be a husband. I was trying to be a stepdad. I was trying to be a business owner.
Do you think it was more so that I know for a fact you had employment issues? People just wasn't reliable. But do you also think it was? Do you think it had something to do with delegating?
I don't know how to delegate because I didn't know how to trust. So I'm trusting you to carry that ball, and then my family gotta count on that. Give me it. I'll take the hit. That's how I think, and it's bad. Now I'm learning how to do it. I have to go get prepared. Let me tell you, like for example, my team now, I does all this.
Right.
I have to trust. Oh gosh, please don't give him any credit right now.
No, I like Matt.
But it's like it's a level of trust. That's a growing thing for me.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to trust other people to help us build something greater.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that when I was doing Cafe Hub. I was trying to do the sauce.
I saw that, bro.
I was trying to do this. I was trying to do that.
Trying to meet everybody when they come in the door.
You gotta look at it. Every time I trust it, so many people let me down that I stopped trusting.
Gotcha. I got it. I can understand that.
Because I eat my consequences. So I can trust myself. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show up at 5 o'clock. So if you gotta think, if I hire somebody, they're supposed to come at 5 o'clock, they never come at 5, they come at 5:30, 5:21, 5 o'clock. By the third time, I ain't never putting you at 5 o'clock again. I'm gonna get up at 5 o'clock because I'm gonna open up at 5.
Right.
Because my life depends on this.
I'm gonna put you at 5:30.
I'm not even gonna put you on the schedule because I'm ignorant still. You're dead to me at that point. See, that's the thing. I've been told several times. So, I'm working on it. God is working on me. You know, I said God forgives, I don't.
Yeah.
That's really my mentality.
Okay. I got you.
I don't know how to. You gotta look at it. If everybody count on each other and everybody show up, the world would be a better place.
Right. Absolutely.
If I count on you 4 or 5 times and you still did not show up, at some point I become the idiot.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you
all
on
I
that.
know is you're dead to me.
Yeah, you dead. So if you had to do it all over again, what would you tell your younger self?
First, buy the land, buy the property.
I like that.
You gotta look at it. The owner bought it for like $250. I spent $350 plus on it.
And now it's still sitting there vacant.
I mean, ain't nobody, because the thing is, that motherfucker don't give a fuck about Riviera Beach.
Yeah.
I think he's a real estate. He owns real estate. Am I mad at him for it? No.
Right.
If you wanted Beethoven, buy the shit.
Yeah. Most definitely.
You know, I moved my office here just so I could look at that building every day.
Really?
I'm crazy.
Motivation,
I
inspiration.
need that shit. I'm buying the strip. I'm dead serious about that. I'm buying the strip. And it's gonna be worth 10 times than what I could have bought it for. But I don't care.
Right.
I'm buying the strip.
Ownership.
I'm buying the strip, Troy.
I'm with you.
And it's I'm buying the strip. I don't care
you.
what it takes.
I'm with you.
But I could have did it smarter. So what I would tell young Beethoven is fuck shit up. But no. No, what I would tell young Beethoven is literally, to more detail, is purchase the strip, get your credit in order, understand what credit is, understand how to leverage cash, understand how to leverage credit, understand before you go into it.
Understanding.
I still would do it, but I'll just do it differently.
Understood. Most definitely. We all. It's a learning curve. You gotta get into some shit and know some shit.
You won't know what you got until you.
Most definitely. But you did it.
Done.
And we don't believe in L's. Everything is a lesson.
Everything's a lesson.
You know what
I have
I'm saying?
a book coming out called "I Took the L's for You."
Come on, man. So now you're gonna be an author.
Have to be. Have to. You gotta look at that. I have so much game because I've been through so much. I have to. My responsibility, again, my father, is to bring value. I gotta constantly give game.
Yeah.
That's my cheat code of life, man. The more I bless people, the more I get blessed.
Right. And that's a fact though. That's a fact. The more you give, the more you be a blessing. You ain't out here because you don't move where you loud, bro. You're loud in your own way, but it's not because you're trying to be seen
At all. I don't even know what that. I'm from the streets.
Yeah.
But that's the street culture that taught me that.
Yeah.
You gotta look at, so where I'm from, we hustle different. So drug dealers in my community and hustlers in my community, they all have Hondas, drive certain cars, they move a certain way, they get rental cars, they, down here, that's where everybody get dunks, and they want to show that they're rich.
They want the big.
So and I don't like
Cubans.
the attention. I'm really a low key, quiet, hide in a corner type of dude.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to make noise, but the work that I'm putting in is making noise. I can't deny it, but
can't deny it.
But I'm also prepared for it this time around.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
and you can see it. Like no bullshit. Like
I appreciate it.
You can see it. I done had just this week alone, bro. I was just having brunch yesterday, and 2 people at the table starting podcasts, and your name came up from these 2 individuals.
Sound comfortable.
You know what I'm saying? I was with somebody else on Thursday. They starting a podcast, and your name came up. So, like, no matter what you, especially in this podcast space now, locally here in Palm Beach County, you're the one that everyone mentions now.
And I'm a regular dude, so I don't even get high off of that. I really want to give more value. So one of my goals in this podcast space, I want 150 shows in less than a year and a half in my head. I could bring more resources to people, because now if I'm going to the network and I have 150 shows, I'm able to take advertisement dollars and pass it all the way through these 150 shows. That's way bigger than me.
So we're heading in the right direction, because this is where I want to be at right here.
Nah, I really gotta keep on going.
So you pivot, right? We're gonna call it the pivot. You pivot from Cafe Hub and you bring another business.
So my bank. So I let me give you the foundation of that. So I've been in the marketing business for 19 years. So even when I had Cafe Hub, I always had marketing.
I remember that.
So I never closed down the firm or anything. That's how I was able to finish building certain things, because I was able to service Chambers, the Marley family, like contracts. I was able to do them. So I didn't really. Yeah.
No, it's a pivot. We ain't gonna do that.
No,
We ain't
it's a
gonna do
pivot,
that.
but I wanted to make sure that it was always that's been the foundation.
Yeah,
though.
so I know for a fact that your marketing has been your foundation. I know
Yes.
you were doing videos, you were doing your drones, you were doing marketing campaigns for the city of Riviera Beach. Like I know that, right? But a lot of folks didn't know you did that.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like I said, you move quiet, you move different. Everybody just knew Beethoven from even the cafe. And I'm gonna tell you another one, the club.
Yeah.
Promoting behind the scenes, bringing entertainment and doing events. So you wasn't known as really that entrepreneur until people seen Cafe Hub and they can put a face to it.
So you know the crazy thing is, because I like, like Ghosts and all these shows, like I was trained this way.
Yes.
So that's why those shows like that be so real to me, because I'm like,
because the shit really is real. That's how niggas really move.
That's how I really move.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I always, fuck Troy. Damn, I'm coming. All right,
yeah, I came with it today, man.
Yeah. So I always been 3 different people. I always was in 1 position, 2 position, 3 position. But ultimately, I always just want to win.
Right.
So when it comes to like the different things like the marketing, I just brought value. I didn't want to be the star, because you got to look at it. At times, I had to disguise who I am to get in the door.
Mm-hmm.
So marketing and branding and digital content and PR, that's a beautiful blonde white woman game.
Yeah.
So I'm a big black man. My entry in the door is a little different.
You're correct.
But my services, my leverage, so because I'm so, I'm a hustler. I was raised to move a certain way. I sent Taste of Singer Island magazine in first. I sent my marketing service in first, and I came after.
Nice.
So you gotta look at it's all man. If I do it, it's strategic.
Gotta be strategic.
I have to move that way, because we throw so much block and hate amongst things. The only way I could be successful and survive is I have to go in the other door.
Correct.
So as some people can knock on the door and just go in, I have to go around the back.
You ain't going in front though. Because you coming in as a black man, you ain't wearing no suit. You coming in with all black on.
All black.
With a beard.
With a t-shirt. And I'm not even playing with it. I can't. So you gotta look at it. But I'm committed to that, who I am, and I'm okay with my consequences of that. I just gotta work harder.
Correct.
I gotta put in more work. I gotta sacrifice the first contract, and you don't gotta pay me. I'm gonna show you how good I am.
Right.
But I'm willing to invest in that. I'm willing to come in and work pro bono until I'm able to show you the value I could bring and lock in.
I'm willing to show you my value.
Willing to show you my value.
After I show you my value, you're gonna pay me my worth.
Most likely double. Because I don't play with.
Come on, man. We need the bag.
Because you gotta look at it. Because I'm willing to show you. Because you didn't believe me,
right?
So I'm willing to show you. I'm willing to make that investment. I'm willing to be consistent, time manager. I'm willing to show you how passionate we are about the art of marketing and branding. But then after that, I'm gonna need my bread.
Let's go.
And I'm gonna need it 2 times, because I showed you. You didn't believe me at first, so I showed you. Now you gotta pay. But people are willing to do that. But I'm also super authentic and real when it comes to my clients, how I service them. Like, I'm so passionate about clients and how I service them and how they get things in a certain way, that's a gift and a curse for me. Because sometimes I'm so locked in, like I charge a certain rate per hour. I might be 6 hours in now, like I didn't even think about that.
Right.
Man. But I'm all in. I want to make sure they're successful, because their success, my success.
Correct.
So I'm locked in. So I'm moving a certain way with that. But the pivot you're saying, sorry.
Yeah, so you pivot, right? You pivot from Cafe Hub and you bring another business to the beautiful city of Riviera Beach. You could have went anywhere else. Could have went anywhere else.
I want to buy the strip.
But that's why you came back. You want to buy the strip.
So I was in Lake Park first.
I remember that.
I wanted to drive by the strip to look, because my heart was still hurt, because the building was connected to my marriage.
Oh.
It was connected to everything else that I lost. You gotta look at it. I had another restaurant in Fort Lauderdale around that time. So that 3 months, I lost businesses, family. I was losing like
domino effect.
In 3 years, we probably lost 1.5 base, just like losing, learning. Yeah. That thing was so painful. So, because I'm ignorant, because I'm stupid, I want to drive by the pain. I was so done with Riviera Beach. I was like, I'm never coming back to this
But the
bitch.
pain motivated you.
I'm inspired by the pain.
Yeah.
I love the pain. Like that shit does something to me. I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. I love pain.
Nah, it ain't no fool. That's what drove you.
It's
Because
disguise.
that pulled you up out the mud.
That's all I know. I don't know anything else. I'm more comfortable in the mud than I am when I'm.
I get it. I can relate to that.
Like because I love
When you're back against the wall,
that's everything for me.
Whoever in front of you, they ass in trouble.
Sure, that's all I know, man. So you gotta look at it. I had the move that I decided to make Riviera Beach. So once again, God made us move to Riviera Beach. Also,
Okay.
I'm so connected spiritually. I walked in one day to the office, and we had meetings and stacked up with people. We couldn't move. So I'm watching this thing grow. And I'm like, we moving. Don't know how. We moving. Activated the same day. Hey, you own the building. I know the owner of this building. Hey, I need to move in. Oh, Beethoven. Hey, I need to move in. He's like, move in next week.
Wow.
I'll create a deal for you.
Wow. Relationships
Again.
Everything we're talking about is relationships.
100%. 100%. Because I was able to call the owner of the building from a relationship I built when I had coffee, when I was doing some other deals and stuff. Activated that. I came back to the team. They looked at me like I was crazy. I looked at myself like I was crazy. Moving next week.
Wow.
Boom. Opportunities. Boom. Boom. The money. Boom.
So when you called the owner and say, I need this space, did you know it was going to be a podcast space?
Yes, because I already had a podcast space.
Oh, you already had a podcast space.
The space that
in
we
Lake
had.
Park. So
it was just everything because I had to figure it out.
Yeah, because you was figuring it out.
Because I didn't know it was gonna be podcast. So I knew this space was gonna be podcast. Lake Park wasn't gonna be podcast. God bless his soul. I opened up Lake Park because one of my homeboys wanted me to invest in taxes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't even want it.
Right.
I'm in Fort Lauderdale. I don't want nothing to do with Palm Beach. But I'll send some money.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll get a building. I got a building. My old life got the building, scenario locked in. All right, let's move. Wait, God bless his soul because he passed away.
My condolences.
So then now I had to activate again.
Yeah.
So I had needed more battery I needed more life. So my peoples that I was with was like, yo, let's activate marketing. First it was live streaming. Pandemic happened. Oh shit, I could do live streaming. I started doing live streaming services. I was like, this is crazy. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it.
Right.
I started buying all type of shit. I hired all type of people, bringing in, fell with them, fell with that. I hired more, bringing more money, keep on buying equipment, being a student, going to travel, going to learn the game. I'm a student, so I'm constantly learning, but it's ultimately marketing. So then I started creating more stuff and buying more equipment. And I told my team that it was a bunch of transitioning in that process. I was like, yo, I'm gonna go full time with podcast and video. I'm gonna go back live.
Why?
That's what I know. One of my peoples that I have a great relationship with, businessman, white man. Once again, I want to be clear because we make color such a corny thing. He instilled that in me. He was like, basically, you're amazing at marketing. He's hired me to do marketing for him. I met him through the North Palm Beach Chamber. John Arnold, one of my guys, he was like, that's what you do. He gave me that energy like I'm the greatest in marketing.
Right.
When he
believed in you.
He believed in me so much. I had to start understanding, like, that's what I do. Why I keep on leaving this? And I'm talking about the moment I activate marketing, I can make $200-300. Like that shit is, it's what I do. I have the relationship, I have the tools, and everybody need marketing. So I was always able to activate that. So then I decided one day, I'm gonna do an interview. I'm gonna go all in again. I done fired like 3-4 people. I don't want to deal with nobody again. I told Tori and Tara, I said, yo, we need to interview new people. I'm not even supposed to be in this interview.
Right.
Like, I'm not coming to an interview. I don't want to. Because I'm not really for sure if I really want to do this. I end up stopping by. Let me just come by the interview. And hear about the interview Matt. So I think I didn't even look at what he's done or nothing. So they're interviewing him, but I'm learning it's crazy. I'm like talking to him while he's looking at this. This is all weird to me. So they're interviewing Matt, and I'm hearing who he is as a person. So I'm like, because now in my mind, I'm thinking like ultimately, I want to build an infrastructure, a team that we could win together.
Right.
This shit ain't about me. I don't like.
Absolutely.
I'm easy. I know how to make. I know how to get to the money. I know how to take care of myself.
Absolutely.
So I decided I'm gonna go try it again. We're gonna hire multiple people. We're gonna do all these things, and they're interviewing Matt, and they're asking him questions like all this stupid work question. I was like, tell me about you. When he told me he committed to his girlfriend, like when he was like 17, whatever, a young age, and he went through trial and error with his father passing, with all these things, I was like, yeah, hire him.
Adversity.
And he showed up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know what the hell. I don't even know how. I don't even know what he could do.
Right.
That shit don't matter to me. But you show me the adversity. You show me that you're gonna show up and fight for something every day.
Correct.
You believed in yourself. You believe in your family. You believe in. So when I'm the type of person, yo, everybody could shoot a camera. Everybody got skill. A cell phone could create documentary right now.
Mhm.
I don't give a fuck about your skill.
Right.
Do you have the will and the hunger to be successful?
Correct.
Are you willing to put whatever it is? So then we started activating. I can skip so many things because we just started activating the content. But then what happened is, hired him, came in, I threw him in the jungle. He was able to survive through the jungle. Then we started realizing we're having meetings. I'm like, yo, podcasting. Because I always wanted to build a scalable
podcast.
A scalable business.
Okay.
In the content creating business.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what I could do because when we're creating content, we have to create like drone, all this extra shit. So I was like, yo, I'm tired of dealing with people that's not passionate about what they want. So I was like, I'm not servicing these type of people no more. I want to find something that we could scale, but where we could bring value to and where we could lead. I saw podcasting just growing and growing. And we're already 6-7 years late already by then.
Yeah.
Like I've been seeing it, but I'm like, podcasting is a white male sport.
Yes.
So I started seeing more people. I started seeing the Gilly and Wallow. I started seeing the culture getting involved. And I started seeing how it was growing while the hip hop culture got involved. And I started seeing what smart white-owned companies were doing. They were tripling down in the hip hop culture.
Yes.
I'm like, that's me. I deal with them every day. I know them. I know them personally. I know hip hop. I know the culture. So I was like, I need to be part of that. But I started seeing how I could bring value to that, how I could scale that. So we started creating processes and systems within the company and seeing how we could scale it, how we could create it. Courtney, I guess I got a strong, solid team of people that really believe in this. We started creating, we started doing things. We started servicing clients. We're still was learning in that process. So I said, you know what? We're going to lock in. We're going to create a whole different company under the umbrella company called Podcast Space Plus. Mm. We started studying the game. We started buying equipment. We started doing everything. And, I'm not the in front of the scene type of guy.
I know.
They're like, I got to do one. What you talking about? You want me in front of the camera? Oh, no, we're not doing that.
Right.
I fought it as much as I can until where we started activating it. I knew I was going to do it no matter what because Ben had it. I already had Hustler's Testimony years ago.
Wow.
Ben had it stacked, but I didn't know. I was going to do more documentary stuff. I was going to go fly into different communities and interview people that I know that's super successful in the other market and do a whole documentary to it. So that's still coming. But I wanted to, they made me active. Like, yo, you got to show people what you could do. Mm-hmm. Not just wait for them to come and service you. So when we did that and we took off in the Lake Park location, going back to the reason I moved to Riviera Beach, I made the action. I trust in God. He activated. He told me to move now. I activated. I called the dude. He's like, yo, you got to move in tomorrow. What are you talking about? He's like, in order for me to give you a better deal, you got to move in tomorrow, next week. I committed again. We built this first round of this facility. We built in 30 days.
Wow.
This normally would have taken a company 3 months to at least, we did it in 30 days. Mm. But once again, I'm locked in. I trust my team. I trust everything around me that we're going to get it. We don't got to talk. We know we got to get it done. So we just get it done.
Correct.
That's how the whole podcasting thing happened in Riviera Beach. But I wanted Riviera Beach because I could have went anywhere. I could have went to West Palm. I could have went to I could have went anywhere, but I wanted back. I'm addicted to helping, man. I'm addicted to. I want black people to win, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
So for me, that's why I moved into Riviera Beach.
So besides the podcast thing, besides, what else do you do in the podcast space? I know we have
a full service podcast industry space. So there's 3 different departments for Podcast Space Plus. We have Podcast Space Plus Studios, which is the facility. You can come in, rent the space, gone. You have Podcast Space Plus Production, where we actually produce your show. The content, the video, the website, we can execute a whole show from start to finish. Then we have the Podcast Space Plus Network, where I really want to start scouting talent for shows to see what people could do, how they could do it. And I'm going to invest in the show in the process and build content. And I want to build a network with over 150 people, with over 150 shows and we're going to build whatever that word is, other small networks under it. Ultimately build a BET, build a MSNBC, Earn Your Leisure, so doing similar, but
but bigger than
we're
them.
In a whole different capacity.
I get what you're
Because
saying.
where we want to build a network, they have their show, but I want to aggressively focus just on the behind the scenes.
You want to be this? What I'm gonna compare you to? A Revolt,
but I want to be Tyler Perry, and so we're opening up 4 more locations in the next 3 years.
Okay,
we're activating that as we speak.
Okay,
so I want to take Revolt is still under a network. I want to be iHeartRadio. I want to be. We will be not just me, my team. We will be MSNBC.
Gotcha.
We will own the network. We'll produce the show and we'll own the studios. You know how Tyler Perry has the studio and the production, but he doesn't have a network.
Gotcha. So you're doing all that,
and all those people inspire me.
Nice.
To do all that. So I want to be able to film the show, edit the show, put the show together, and actually put it in the platform that we own.
You always say on social media, man, every day, if not every day, every couple of days. Start a podcast, start a multimedia company.
Why? Absolutely. I want more.
You want more.
So if more dope people come to the event, it's a great experience. I just want dope shit around me. Once again, I always been the one that took the chance first, but I'm equipped to take those chances. God already instilled in me all the things that I need to go take the chance. I see what it could do.
Right. I seen where. And I know what it can do too. That's why I'm in the lane.
As you should.
All gas, right? I saw where just on YouTube in the last 3 years, I got notes.
My dog got notes.
YouTube has paid creators $50 billion in the last 3 years.
Why everybody don't have a YouTube page?
Right.
With an LLC. You seen it in your own home.
I see it in my own house with my wife.
Why would I not? Think about it. Oh man, this shit is even deeper. Tell your kids, right? Play video games every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, he plays video game. Create a Twitch account. Well, let me bring it back. I'm gonna go create an LLC in the house. Hire your family. Everybody have their own YouTube channel. Have your son play the video games he's playing with every day on Twitch. Then put it on YouTube. Leverage that relationship where all his friends in school are watching his YouTube channel playing games all day long. He then started getting up to 1,000. I think it's 10,000 on TikTok, 1,000 on YouTube. I forgot how Facebook, whatever it is. When you get to those points, you now can start monetizing.
Right.
You can do that from just having fun. You're gonna post on social media anyway.
Anyways, correct.
You get paid now.
Yeah.
We could get paid to do what we do every day.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never been a dummy.
Right.
I'm a common sense type of dude. That's 1 + 1 = 2. Then I'm watching how the world is moving, the metaverse, Web3. I'm a student, so I study the game all day long. I'm watching this world. COVID happened. I'm watching how important content is.
Content king.
Then I'm watching how these big networks are always looking for shows.
Yes.
I need 150 shows. Everybody start a network. And I don't want to own the whole thing by myself. We're going to create a partnership deal where you own your masters also. We own this. I'm gonna invest in you, gonna invest in you.
Right.
We're gonna build this show out. We're gonna go pitch. We're gonna go hustle.
Yeah.
I already have the access to things. So imagine I get 20 families that come to me and say, I started my LLC. I started my media company. All my kids, my wife, my husband, we all have shows. That's 20 companies. I say there's 2 people on each, whatever it is. Whatever the math, I say it equals up to 100 people, 100
Right.
shows. That's 100 shows of just me inspiring you to tell you to go do it.
Go do it.
It's, I don't do nothing without really, I process everything.
Mm.
So there's a reason I'm telling families to do it, because one, I want to influence families to really take the new game that's out here. People really getting paid to hang out.
Yeah. Just chopping it up, having mukbang, eating crab leg.
Yo, the lady made, I think, like $20 million off of eating crab leg.
Crab leg, bro. Yeah.
You eat every day, my man.
Right. Most definitely.
Think about that. Like some of this shit, it's so confusing. I remember I was talking to one of my homeboys, and I'm like, when I first started, I'm like, am I talking to my phone? I'm not used to that shit.
Yeah.
You talk to your phone and you get paid to talk to your phone
every day.
Yo, it's so weird to me. Like, I know people that's out here dying. You could talk on your phone, and if you're the smartest one in the room, because a lot of people believe they are, you could talk to your phone, upload it to your social media, and get paid to be the smartest in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Every day,
consistent.
I think Facebook, they pay. I forget how much they pay their daily money that they pay. Let's call it $500. I don't know. $250 or $500, whatever. I think they have like for each reel or something.
No, that's my next thing, right? So the reels, right? Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram have a reel fund. They have a fund where they got this money put aside to influence and encourage people to push out real content. Because I went to see Tom Ferry a few years ago in Chicago for a real estate seminar. Tom Ferry and Coach Bill Pipes and Jason, who's part of Tom Ferry's media team, they said that this was 4 or 5 years ago, bro. Short form content was going to take over the world. They said that there won't be no more. Eventually, posting those square pictures on Instagram is going to be no longer. It's going to be straight shooting reels, right? Well, YouTube just doubled down and said, okay, to hell with TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram reels. They got a fund set aside. We're going to do something better. We're going to double down and pay y'all 45% revenue share for every reel y'all post that meets the criteria.
I don't think people even heard what you just said.
They're going to pay you 45% revenue share. So this Facebook fund, like everybody who getting paid to post reels right now, that shit's going to fade. Eventually, once the fund runs out of money, that's dead. But 2023, YouTube
brought more money.
YouTube telling you, I'm going to pay you 45%.
So just look at, you could get paid for that same content on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
TikTok.
You could get paid in all these different platforms that same content.
Off one video.
So why would I not tell people to do it? And then what I could do, I could create the infrastructure that they could utilize my space and our company to service them and create the best content and produce an extra, and we split the profit share.
Correct.
I learned this from the streets.
Yeah. It's a game changer.
But it's happening now real fast. So a mentor of mine told me this a couple months ago. He was like, give information and stop being so emotionally connected to it. Because I used to be so mad about people that's not doing it. And I was like, I'm watching more people activate with just me giving them information, because I'm crazy. So I'll tell somebody to do it, and I'm like, yo, you need to do it. Like,
right.
Because I'm so passionate about this shit, and they might not receive it. So it becomes now like I'm forcing them to do something. I watch, the more information I give, my inbox be crazy.
Yeah, because people want to know.
People want to know. And then some people actually are activating. Like, people send me some, like, it's different. I don't see a lot of people show. My world is just different. Like, but people send me what this out there. I'd be so happy for people. And this shit is trash, but I'd be so happy. I see a lot of trash stuff, but I don't even care.
It's the point they doing it.
They point that they're doing it, because it don't matter if the content's filmed with a 4K camera or a cell phone, which cell phones are amazing.
Yeah.
You're activating.
Right. The
right time come around, somebody like me or somebody else will come get you.
Yes.
To bring you up. But I love seeing people grind and build up their whole empire off of just grinding. So
Mm-hmm.
trust me, I see some shows, like I said, people will send it and they be hating a lot on it, but I really be happy for them. I'm like, I'm happy they doing something.
Yeah, most
You know,
definitely. So besides YouTube and Facebook or whatever paying you, how are other ways that a podcast show or a host could get paid from having a podcast? What are some ways they can get monetized or get some extra revenue?
I mean, it's leveraging a relationship.
Okay.
If you specialize in something, like you specialize in real estate, so what you're able to do is constantly bring value to the home buyer, to the investor, to everybody around real estate.
Mm-hmm.
You then after that could create a like a working. You could do an event. You could do you could connect, your relationship will start connecting with other investors that come to your show because you have something you guys could relate on to have a conversation on. You could sell merch, sell product. You could sell classes, training, workshops. There's so many different ways to monetize.
What about the ads?
So you could do as something that's simple. Like right now, with you can activate right away. You could start selling $500 ad, $100 ads, $1,000 ad every show.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. If you're doing 12 shows, that's a $12,000 you just earn off your ads.
Right.
Sell ads. Sell $100. Sell $1,000. Somebody might be like, I want to sponsor this. I want to be in full control. I'll give you $1,000 for this and put my name in all the insert and all the shows and da 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 da. That's ads. You can make ads right. You can sell ads today for your show right now.
Right.
So there's so many ways to monetize, man, on the podcast because you get think about it, you're doing content one. Let's say you spend $1,000 on your content. $1,000, some people are like, I spend $1,000 on mine. They be spend $1,000. You get paid from YouTube, paid from Instagram, paid from TikTok, paid from your doing an event. You're leveraging a relationship. That $1,000 you spend on production of a show can make you $100,000.
Right. Off that one investment.
Because you're leveraging so many things. But understanding what leveraging is, understanding the relationship, understanding all these things, but you could make there's several ways to monetize. You could put a shirt on. Right now, you could create real estate shirts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love real estate.
Right.
A real estate agent might be watching this show, want to buy 10 I love real estate shirts.
Mm-hmm.
You're watching the show, you sold merch from the show. It's sponsored by your title company. Because the more property you sell, the more you hire them. They need to sponsor some of this.
Right.
Your insurance company need to sponsor it. Your funder need to sponsor it. That's 3 different sponsorship. All for you to produce content and sell more homes.
Yeah. So there's so many different ways where you can tap in and instantly make money doing a podcast.
Absolutely. There's you have, once again, you got to create the content. And when you create the content, you'll find different ways. But starting is the most important.
Gotcha. How do you start? How do you start a podcast?
I mean, there's simple thing as actually coming up with a topic, what you're passionate about.
So finding your niche or niche.
I think you could niche down, but I think get into the motion of just really having open conversation in front of a camera.
Just having dialogue.
You don't have to perfect it. People try to come up with their intro and their outro and man, all that shit is bullshit. Just start. Start your show. Start talking about your show.
So I don't need all these big, nice, beautiful cameras you got right here.
You don't need it 100%. You could do all of it within, but for you personally,
we'll talk.
No, but you don't need it, man. You actually just need to create a show because that same content we upload with these expensive ass cameras and it's all this stuff is the same content is different content, but it's the same MP4 file, whatever the file is. I think it's an MP4 file. They can upload it to YouTube, so it's still content. Yes, higher quality, produce higher quality, and then also after they create the show. So let me answer the question. I want to make it more simple for people. The first thing you start your show is actually coming up with a topic you want to have a conversation about. What you love the most, what you specialize in. Start with that conversation.
Okay.
That's it. That's really that simple.
That's it.
And turn the cameras on, start talking.
Okay.
Talking with friends. Like, Yeah, I don't want to talk about what I just saw because that probably be look bad for what I'm
Nah, we
saying.
good. What are 3 tips you would give someone to that's just starting out? Somebody sitting at home watching watching this episode, and they're about to start their podcast. What are 3 things you would say that help them move forward in this space?
Do it, and do it.
Do it, and do it. Just take action.
You got to activate because you can't even see what's good, what's not, what's bad. You can't see any of that if you don't activate.
Correct.
Like a lot of people sit with the idea, oh, I want to, and a lot of people don't understand also this podcast space is a media space, is a television space, it's a radio space. There's so many different media components to it, but you got to be a student of that. Podcasting is not also, you're not being the next Oprah.
Right.
It's a different formula.
Okay.
But I think being a student of the game, study other people that's in podcasting, seeing how they create their content, take a couple ideas from this place, that place, and ultimately activate.
Gotcha.
If you don't activate, you can't see what you're doing.
Understood. What were 3 mistakes you would tell someone to avoid making when starting a podcast?
You have to build a foundation first.
Okay.
And the foundation is actually creating a business model. Don't go into video podcasting, especially thinking it's just a hobby. If you don't make this into a business, you're going to be mad at the person that's doing it for you, most likely.
Right.
Because you treat it like a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Video podcasting is a business. It's not a hobby.
Gotcha.
Keep your hobby with your cousins. Like
in the back,
like hang out with them, talk amongst them. But the moment you turn that camera on, the moment you start doing this type of level of production, like I know people that's buying equipment, doing all these things, they're doing it for a hobby. Then they're like, well, I don't like podcasting. You came into this just to your ego, just
right.
to you didn't come into this as a business. A business, you need to create that LLC. You need to put that investment in this. You got to invest. A lot of people believe podcasting is an easier thing because they hear everybody's doing it, but it's a real investment.
It is.
You know, if you're not willing to invest in it, don't come play in this sport.
Right.
It's a real investment. So that's my biggest thing. I'll tell people when you get into this space, come into it as a real business, not just a hobby.
Understood. So Gilly and Wallow got 100 M's, man, from Barstool.
100 of them things. Let me tell you. You can't unsee that shit.
You can't, bro. That's so big for the culture.
$100 million off of podcasting. One of the first Black podcasting companies I believe I've ever seen. That's to speak for myself.
I agree. I'm with you.
Because Barstool, I think, got $450 million when they started their network. There's a lot of people, Joe Rogan. I don't know how much Joe Rogan got.
Yeah, I heard he was out there too, though.
Yeah, like he's past up there. Yeah, Joe Rogan got $300 million for a show.
Damn.
So you think I can't unsee those things.
Nah, you can't. And they ain't doing nothing but just talking. He's smoking weed and talking. He hanging out.
He's hanging out. But he made it into a business. He invested in set. He invested in all. That's what I'm saying. It might look like he's just talking because that's what he is doing. But the infrastructure behind it is set up. So Wallow and Gilly. Wallow came from prison 2-3 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Making smoothies. It started off with making smoothies with a ninja.
So for me, how could I not get involved? A guy that came from prison from 2-3 years ago got $100 million deal, and I'm home.
You been home. You ain't been no prison.
And you think I'm about to sit here and watch this shit and I don't be part of it? In an industry where they just set the bar.
Right. They did. Most definitely they did.
So now you talking about if I go in and negotiate now, Wallow and Gilly, they're putting in the work. They got $100 million. So imagine I bring 100 shows.
Under their umbrella.
So
under your umbrella.
Imagine they got 100 shows. I get Hustler's Testimony, do the same numbers, get the same traction. I got relationship with celebrities. I just haven't activated that yet because it's more work to do all that. Imagine activating that, speak with the different celebrities, and then I have 100 shows that already have a reach, that already have advertisement.
Oh, it's up.
They asked for 100 for one show.
That's
one show. They're doing some other shows under their network. So for me, when I think of that and I understand what I have, Barstool is their podcast space plus system.
Right.
I own the system. I own the show and I own the studio.
Hey, Beethoven, man. People ain't giving you your flowers, bro.
I don't want it.
No, you need them.
Between my family, my home, I get poured a lot of water poured in like my tea. Like
I'm gonna give you your flowers.
I appreciate it. Like I just told somebody this week I'm learning how to appreciate somebody telling me thank you. I love what you're doing because I don't know how to receive that. Right?
Because I'm gonna say that because podcasting is something I wanted to do, but I actually saw another black man that's doing it. I see. Yeah, it's easy to see Gilly and you see Shannon Sharp.
I'm in your same hood.
You in the hood with me. Me and you done sat down and had brunch all while. We done had brunch. We done had lunch. We done had dinner. We done. You know.
We hang out.
So
and you can touch it.
I can touch it.
So that's another reason why I'm in this community because you can touch me.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Like you can bring an organization brought a couple kids here that they're trying to they could touch. They could feel what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is real time.
Yeah,
people can reach me. I don't. It gets difficult at times for me to reply back to some of the things, but I want to be able to be touched and feel like, here, I want to do this. I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And we're not even there. Like I said, I'm working to get to that 100 million, that 10 billion. That 100 million is nothing.
That ain't no money.
It's not even enough.
That ain't no money, but it's just a start. You know what I mean?
I can't unsee Gilly and Wallow getting $100 million contract.
Yeah. Nah. When I saw it and I saw him playing there at Ross and he's sitting in there crying, Gilly crying. He crying because no one understood what it took to get there. Nobody sees
his cousin
the work.
was just 3 years out of prison.
Come on,
his cousin was sleeping in his grandmother's twin bed in the grandmother's house. So now him and his cousins are worth $100 million. So you think I'm supposed to sit here? If they got 100 million, that's why I put in the work.
And that's all we're gonna do is put in the work, man. I really want to thank you for your time, man. And
it's my responsibility.
Yes, sir, bro. I appreciate it, man. What's next? What's next for you and your team?
What's next for the team and I think I know for sure we just want to get better.
Right.
We really want to specialize in video podcasting.
Okay.
We want to put in the work and build the infrastructure, scale it, and open up a lot more locations because it's a lot more network.
Mm-hmm.
So my number was to sell this business for $150,000 in the next $150 million in the next 5 years. Gilly and Wallow got $100 million for one show.
So your number just went up.
Gilly and Wallow got $100 million for one show. In 2-3 years they've been doing this show. I think 3 to 4 years. So in 5 years, between the studio, the production, and the whole network, we won at least 150 shows.
Nice.
If one show got 100 million, 150 shows, what'd that get? So my number, like I said, the team and I already been working on how do we sell for 150 million in the next 3 to 5 years. We're not selling under 3 years. That was the goal that we were talking about 150 million. Gilly and them got 100 million for one show. I can't unsee that.
Yeah. So you got an exit strategy already.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. So you done dropped a lot of gems. What's one more thing you would give our viewers today to go home, to sit back and activate today? Besides activate, what is something else you would recommend our viewers do?
What's the biggest thing? I believe find the person or the people around you that's going to constantly pour into you, constantly bring value.
Understood.
My home, my base, pour into me, pray for me every day. It's a lifestyle around our family.
Good.
So you got to find that space. Tori's her name. I got to be clear.
Yes.
Because before I get my head chopped
Please
off.
Don't be indirect.
Yeah, I know, because I know I'm so indirect because it's just how I move, man. But my home base is, you got to create that infrastructure for your home base to pour into you.
Absolutely.
Like, it's important because if you're pouring out every day, I got to come home and get filled up.
Somebody got to refill you. Yeah. Somebody got to refill you.
Like, all the women in my family, between Tori, my mother, my stepmother, they pray for me so much that I need that because I'm crazy. I'm jumping head first. I don't care.
Right.
I don't even know when I land. I don't even know what I'm gonna land.
Where you gonna land at? But you
I'm
know
just
you're gonna
gonna
be on your
jump.
feet.
My infrastructure, that is something that's so important to me. Of building that infrastructure of prayer warriors around you that's gonna protect you when you need it the most.
Most definitely. So where can the viewers find you at? Where can they tap in at to see
They're
more
gonna
of you?
contact Troy, and Troy gonna negotiate the contract and eat off of it.
Okay, so y'all heard that.
Nah, but I mean, podcast Space Plus, everything. You know, we have a show, Hustlers Testimony. Podcast Space Plus is the production company that runs and do everything for it. The website for everything is done on Podcast Space Plus. So that's it.
All right.
I don't know what else.
That's it, man.
You got a lot for me, man.
Beethoven gave us a lot today, man, and I'm so grateful, bro. Hey, listen, if y'all don't take anything from this, I just encourage all my viewers to activate. I took a leap of faith, and my brother here encouraged me to activate. That's what I've done. So my word to you and to everyone that's gonna see this show, hear this show in their car, or see it on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, just activate. Until the next episode, y'all have a blessed one, man.
Good dope sell itself.
Facts, and we trapping over here, man. Y'all tap into the next episode.
It's the new culture.
Signing out.